We'll create a new project from the command line app template. We are going to call this method as statement. And we are going to start out here again by defining a method. Now, while you can use any method as a statement, the method most often used, or the method type most often used as a statement, is a method which has the special return type of void. This looks like this: public static void, and then a name of the method, and I'll go through this in a bit. Alright, so what's happening here is that we gave this method that we're defining on this line here the name printArray, and we provided it with the return type of void. Now void means that this particular method does not return anything. This means that void methods cannot be used as expressions. We cannot use that to assign a value, for instance, to a variable. Inside the parentheses here, I put the string array in here. So I've used the string array type and then gave the parameter in here the name ARR. The name is of course arbitrary. I could choose any name that I'd like, but you just need to remember to refer back to that particular name when you're using it down here. Now what we're going to do for this example here is we're going to use a for each loop, and we're going to say for each string, and then we'll call that variable str. Again, the name is arbitrary. And we're going to say for each string in the ARR variable, which is a string array, so we can anticipate that there may be multiple strings in it. For each of those, we want to do a system out print line. And then we're going to print out the value. And the value is the value that we have reached so far in our loop is stored in the str variable up here. Now to write our test of the program up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by creating a string array, and we are calling it string array just to make sure that we avoid any confusion. And then we are going to use this way of initializing the array. Right. So what's happening here is I've declared a variable of type string array, and I've called it string array. Then I have assigned this array with a new instance of a string array, and the contents of that array will be this on index 0, is on index 1, a on index 2, string on index 3, and then array on index 4, which means that we have 5 spots in total in the array with the index ranging from 0 to 4. Now, using our new method down here as a statement, I can merely write print array, and inside the parentheses here, I'll pass the reference to the string array, like this, by using the name of the variable that is pointing on our array. And this way I've utilized my method down here, but I utilized it as a statement. You see that I have made no assignment operation involving it, and the program behavior should be meaningful nonetheless, because what we would anticipate this method down here to do is merely print something to the screen and not return any calculated result or anything of that sort to us. So let's try and execute the program and see what happens. As you can see, we get our string array, the contents of our string array up here, printed out, one string on each line. That is because we used the println method down in our method here. So this means that the string array here is referred to the method down here by passing the reference through our method call, that is our statement here. This means that this variable up here will point to this array up here because of this passing here. which means that this for loop down here will loop through the contents of the array up here and print out the contents one string on each line because we used the println method.